Let's talk about it. People play games for a shitload of reasons, whether it's nostalgia, competition, simulation, boredom. Sometimes those games have really kick-ass stories that live rent-free in our heads for the rest of our lives. But what makes a story so damn great? Is it better to have the story directed for us, or to be yeeted into a world where we create the story? Narrative games live and die by one thing: making us give a shit. How Arthur risks everything to save John, or how Sarah dies in Joel's arms. Before we've even started the game, they're asking us to invest everything emotionally.
What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
And there has to be something, that pulls us along this path. Sure, that obvious yellow ladder is placed there for your convenience, but if it's done well, you're already invested in finding out where the ladder leads to. So you're gonna climb it regardless.
So just do it!
And that's what great narrative games know how to do. They know how to control your emotions, make you feel shit.
I'm the captain now. Let me drive the...
One minute you're laughing with all the side characters, and then the next you're fucking fighting stuff in a big gunfight, and then before the gunfight's even over, someone's dead. Or your people's gone.
He needs some milk!
That is, unless the narrative doesn't do a good job of reeling you in, and that's okay. I mean, not every game is supposed to be story time all the time. Like, I've played all the Tekken games, but I have no clue what the hell's going on with anybody.
Somebody come look at this.
I know the Jaguar is like a wrestler who owns a noodle shop or some shit, so I get what he's fighting for. But other than that, I have no clue what that storyline's doing. But that's because I play that game to punch people, not to feel stuff, and that's okay. But it just sticks in your head that much more when you play a game that has a gripping story. It does something that a movie could never do. My favorite things that narrative games do are the betrayals. You have this long, drawn-out campaign, and then it gets totally sideswiped by an unseen twist. Other gamers will grit their teeth at the thought of Shepard from Modern Warfare, or Atlas from BioShock.
Would you kindly?
And rightly so, because everyone shares that same shame of being lied to. We all followed along with the story to see how it ends, and then we got shit on by the developers, and it hurt in the best way possible, because they planned it for us. It felt special the first time, and that's exactly what makes narrative games so powerful. But at the same time, it's also what kind of limits them. Because after the story ends, it can't happen again. I get that a lot when I try and replay Far Cry 3. I start the game and I see Jason getting kidnapped by Voss, and it brings back all the memories. And then I keep doing missions, and then I remember, how he transforms from this little scared kid into this primal beast warlord thing. It has like a Lord of the Flies feel to it. It was only that special the first time. Every time I pick it up now, I get all the bugs and other shit from you-know-who.
Disgusting!
And it just, I set it aside. I don't play it. It's not the same as the first time. Now, as incredible as scripted stories are, emergent games don't really have that problem. Instead of handing you a story, they give you a whole world to explore. A whole world that's built to feel alive, whether you're there or not. And honestly, that can feel kind of weird at first. Emergent games
feel funny.
Emergent games
feel strange.
You ever tried to get a friend who plays the shit out of Call of Duty or World of Warcraft or League? You try to get them to play something like Minecraft with you, or like a survival game? They'll survive the tutorial, punch a few trees, and build a little shit dirt house. And then they're always gonna ask, okay, now what? Now what do we do? Is that all there is to do in this game? But that's kind of the point. There isn't always a next. Games like Minecraft or Kenshi or RimWorld, Project Zomboid, they don't expect you to follow a story. They expect you to make one. Instead of scripted cutscenes and dramatic camera angles, they rely on systems.
Deep breath, deep breath, deep breath.
They build mechanics to collide with each other until something unexpected happens, and suddenly you've got a story that no developer ever wrote. Like, I get sad when John Marston dies, but holy shit do I hate it when creepers blow up my fucking house.
Are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career.
Because that wasn't scripted. That was my fault. I should have looked outside before opening the door. I should have built a wall. I should have lit up the area. Every disaster feels personal because most of the time, you're the one who caused it. That's what makes emergent games so good at making the stories. You don't remember the moment because the writers told you to. You remember it because you survived it. Maybe you forgot to clear the broken glass before jumping through a window in Zomboid, and you ended up bleeding all over your safe house. Or you got ballsy and tried to march through the Holy Nation with prosthetics.
Right to jail.
None of those moments were created for you, but they're stories you'll tell people for years to come. And now the flip side to that is that emergent games can be really fucking scary at first.
I feel like I'm maintaining. Am I maintaining, man?
Mainly because they don't explain themselves well. They throw you into the deep end and expect you to just start paddling. You're supposed to drown again and again and again and again. And for some people, that's just pisses them off. No, you know, not everyone wants to spend 2 hours figuring out why they're starving to death when the answer was apparently you forgot to cook the potatoes and the potatoes were making you sick, so you kept dying. That's not their cup of tea. But I will say that if you have the patience to sit through the mechanics that seem frustrating at first, you're almost always going to get something to remember out of it. It's going to stop telling you stories and it's going to start giving you memories.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
So which one's better? I mean, the honest answer is neither, because games that stay with me the longest are usually the ones that understand they don't have to choose. Some of the greatest games ever made blend the narrative shit and the emergent shit together so seamlessly that you almost don't notice where one ends and the other begins. Even old-ass games like Skyrim blur the line. People remember Alduin, they remember joining the Dark Brotherhood and becoming the Dragon Dude. But ask anyone who's played that game for hundreds of hours what they remember most. It's never gonna be shit from the main quest. It's gonna be the time they stole a sweet roll and pissed everyone off, or a fucking giant smacked them once and launched them into fucking low orbit. And that's what, to me, makes video games such a unique storytelling medium, if you will. It's books tell you a story, movies show you a story, but the game lets you participate in it. And sometimes that participation is really carefully constructed and directed, and sometimes it's a complete shit show. Sometimes they mix both together in a way to where the great narrative gives purpose to your actions, but the mechanics give your actions meaning. You know, years later, you won't remember every mission. You probably won't remember every line of dialogue, but you'll remember getting hopelessly lost in a swamp. You'll remember the friend who accidentally ran you over with their horse. You'll remember the impossible fight that somehow ended with everyone surviving, besides getting their shit kicked in. You'll remember the stupid decision that turned into your favorite gaming moment, because it belongs to you. Not because anyone wrote it for you, because they gave you a world where it could happen. Maybe that's why games are capable of telling stories in ways that no other medium can. A movie can make everyone cry during the same scene. A book can make millions of people imagine the same ending. But a game can give 10 million people 10 million completely different stories, while still making every single one of them feel meaningful. And I think that's the magic. It's not narrative, it's not emergent storytelling. It's what happens when developers give a shit and trust players enough to let those two systems work together.